Hey besties, thank you so much for clicking on my video. Today we are going to be testing out and we're going to be swatching the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. This is so beautiful, you guys. The packaging on this is unreal. At this point, I really did not even pay for this palette for just what's inside, but for the packaging, because this is a staple piece in my collection, and I think in anyone's collection. This is the inside, you guys, and I mean, wow, 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 wow. I'm so excited to just finger swatch all of this. Now, obviously, I've already used it on my eyelids. If you guys want to see how I created this look, stay till the end because I definitely do have a short little eye tutorial for you guys on it. But we're going to get immediately into swatches. And I know that $67 for a palette, that's how much this runs you, is a lot. But I was just hoping that maybe today's video would help you decide if it's worth it for you to have it in your collection after seeing the swatches and the quality on the eyes. So let's jump right in. Going into Quartz, Aurora, and Gratitude. Quartz, Aurora, Gratitude. That's those first three shades. Then going into Cosmic Love, Overpowered, and Joy. Cosmic, whoa. You guys, you're kidding. Do you see that shade? Wow. Overpowered and Joy. Joy is actually really gorgeous, but Cosmic Love is just beautiful, you guys. I'm really excited to use that one on my eyes. Going into Precious, Energized, and Lovestone. Such cute names. So Precious, Energized, and Lovestone. So I don't really see a whole bunch with that shade Lovestone, but Energized looks crazy too. Precious looks a little bit lackluster, but I'll tell you, it feels really, really good on my finger, not dry at all. So let me see. Yeah, you definitely can build up the shade Precious. Like I said, it actually feels really, really good and creamy. Cherished, Blissful, and Happiness. Aren't these some of like the nicest names in a palette that you've ever heard? Cherished, Blissful, and Happiness. Where'd Cherish go? Cherished. So Cherish is super light. Oh my goodness, this shade right here, Blissful. Some of these shades are so nice, you guys. Oh my goodness. And then going into the last row, Mantra, Serenity, and Abundance. Mantra, Serenity, oh my gosh. Look at Abundance. The mattes are gorgeous too. The freaking shifts on these shimmers though, insane. Insane, you guys. Going into the last three is kind of sad. We have Moon Magic, Radiate, and Self-Love. Moon Magic, Radiate, Self-Love. All of these shades have been so pretty. Comment down below what your favorite row was. I'm gonna let you look again. Based off of the swatches and just the overall array of shades, what do you think is your favorite row in the palette? I'd love to know. Also, before we get into the actual demo, I just want to show you guys real quick. Again, this is the Rose Quartz palette, and some people on Instagram were saying it looks similar to the Mercury Retrograde, and I just wanted to show you guys the inside of these palettes so you can see for yourself if you do think there are similarities here. I can definitely see a few, but I definitely feel like they are their own palette at the end of the day, and I see a lot of differences as well. So comment down below too if you guys see any similarities, difference, And also comment if you think it's worth $67. I would love to know that. So now we're going to move into the demo portion of the video where I show you guys how I created this eye look on my eyes with the palette. So we've already done this eye, it's what she's looking like, and we're gonna move on to this one on camera. So the first thing that I did is I went into the shade right here called Cherish. It's such a beautiful shade, you guys, and when I initially went into it, I thought it really wouldn't have any pigment, but no. This is a gorgeous, very, very pigmented shade, you guys, and like I said, I had no idea that would be as pretty and as bold as it is, but you can definitely work that baby up and it will give you some pigment. For this shade, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it in this half inner area of my eye, and then I'm gonna go into this shade right here called Happiness, which is a really beautiful pink. It's a little bit deeper than the other shade. We're just gonna go ahead and blend that in. And you guys, this is a really beautiful shade. I feel like you guys can definitely see that. And because we're gonna do like this wingy thing, we are going to make sure that we kind of definitely wing the shade out and kind of just make sure that we have that structure going on for when we do go ahead and conceal it. Always think of like the shape of a triangle, like a wing, when I am putting the product down, just to make sure it all fits right when I get to that stage. And right here it will, like at this point, it will look a bit crazy, so that's okay if it does. And you guys, I just want to tell you how beautiful these lighter matte shades work together. Like, they work like a dream. Now I'm going to take this shade right here called Aurora for some depth, and then I'm going to focus this on the outer corner area. I just messed up and got some in here, but that is okay. And we're also going to wing that out as well, because that's going to look really good with the crease part. Like I said, just really try to think of fitting a little triangle right there. Going back into Cherish and really making sure this inner portion is still pretty light, because I think we lost a little bit of that. And then I want to take this naked brush right here, this naked blender, and really just blend everything out to make sure it's pretty seamless. And then taking this little Luxie concealer brush, I'm going to take my Tarte concealer and we're just going to pack that concealer on. And then whenever I'm cutting the crease, I always like to do a few dots on the lid, and then I kind of look up side to side, and then it kind of helps me map out where my cut crease is going to go. And then we're just going... And then we're just gonna follow that. I go a little bit above it. And just drag into that shape. And take your time with this little wing. Make sure it's a nice little curve. fill it in. So once you're done, it should look like a little whale, which is so cute. That's how I like to think of it, as like a little whale on your eye. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into the shimmer shade that I had used, which is Self Love. I started with this really pretty shade right here called Self Love, and then I just put that on the innermost area of the eye. Maybe I should like zoom you back in. No, I think this is fine, right? Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and apply. Usually it goes a little bit better and smoother with the whole process if you use your finger. I'm gonna take it on my finger and then just show you, you see the difference there? Like that looks way better, like almost automatically. So just keep that in mind. If you're gonna get this palette, definitely use your finger. Something else that I thought was really interesting when I was doing the other eye off camera is this shade right here. What's it called? It's called Love Stone, and it's a really interesting formula when you put your finger into it. It's like a jelly feeling, and this is what it looks like on the back of my hand. So it doesn't really have like a bunch of shade to it like when I put it on my lid, because I did test it out. So I think maybe what it's used for is like if you take it on your finger and then pat it in, because you see how you don't really see anything showing up. So I was thinking that maybe it would be really good for packing shades onto it, like, you know what I mean, as like a adhesive kind of thing. I didn't really watch any videos about this palette yet, but if I had to guess what that, you know, what that shade is for, I would say it's to like intensify the shades, but I could be wrong with that. Maybe it's just supposed to be like a wet looking eyeshadow. I have no idea. After I did that inner corner shade, I went into this one right here called Joy. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful pink shade, really pretty for like holiday looks. I go ahead and work that on as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with my finger, you guys, because honestly, the brush is taking too long for me personally. I'm just gonna go ahead and work that in. Quality is really nice of these shimmers, but if I'm being honest with you guys, I feel like I personally really was loving the mattes and how easily they performed more than the shimmers, which is weird because usually I love their textured formula way more. Like that's like what I get the palettes for. So it's really interesting how much I love the mattes this time around. Sometimes like when I'm doing my eyeshadow, I'll mess up and get a little bit of shimmer on the actual matte. So I'll go ahead and go into Aurora with this tiny little brush and kind of just make sure everything is still clean looking. And so I'm just going in and making them even, but if it were up to me, I would have kept this eye how it looked and then just changed this one. But that would have took a little bit longer, so I'm just going ahead and making them even for right now. And then I'm gonna go put lashes on and then I'll be right back. I just feel like everything looks so much better with lashes. I'm taking the shade Happiness and I'm really just going ahead and smoking it on my bottom lash line. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I want you guys to know that I do have a good bit of fallout right here. I feel like you guys can really see that. And so I would recommend to just do your eyes first. That's usually what I do anyways, but for the video today I wanted to, you know, be looking a little cutesy before I put the actual shadow on. But I usually would go ahead and do my eyes first, usually in any scenario. And then to play with another shade, I'm going to take this right here called Energize. And I'm going to stick that on the inner area right there. Oh, that's really pretty. Ooh, I can't wait to use that in future looks. And this is what the eyeshadow is looking like. I hope this demo is okay. This is my first time really like going in and doing an eye look on camera, so I'll definitely like get better with that over time. But yeah, I actually really do like it. The only thing that I will say is that I felt like the darker shade was a little bit harder to like put down, but you know, over time it ended up working out. So I do really like how my makeup is looking, you guys. This is what the eyes look like. They're okay, definitely not my best, but as I record more, it'll get better on camera, you know what I mean? But I'm actually really happy with it. I do like the textures. The only thing that I will say is that I do feel like it took a while for me to build the shimmers up on my lids, and I still feel like they're not exactly where I want them to be. So I'm not really sure. Maybe I should have like did a wet brush or something like that. I did go in with my finger, but I just really wanted some more like opaqueness. Is that what I would say? I'm not a makeup artist. I just play with makeup. I did have a fun time creating this look. As far as me recording on camera, like the demo, I hope it went okay. I mean, this is my first time ever like doing my makeup on camera, you know what I mean? Like my eye makeup on camera, especially with the cut crease and all that. So I definitely will get better over time with that. These shimmers, this shimmer specifically down here, I really wanted a little bit more from it, like a little bit more pigment. Even Joy right here, I felt like could have been a little bit more pigmented. I do like the mattes more than the shimmers that I tried. That's just my personal opinion. This whole palette was done so beautifully. I just can't stop looking at it. I think it's such a beautiful palette to have and to hold and to own. So I am really happy to have it, and I'm excited to try the other shades. I did swatch this one right here, and this looks like it will give you opacity right away. So there's some really gorgeous shades in here, and I'm really excited to play with all of them on my eyelids. But yeah, out of the look that I made, the mattes were gorgeous. The shimmers were pretty. I just wanted them to be a little bit more intense, but that's just my personal preference. I think that this palette is a stunning piece in anyone's collection. It is like 67 bucks, so I know that for a lot of people, that's just something that takes some consideration as if you want it or not. But I would definitely tell you guys that this is art at the end of the day. So if it's something that you'd want in your collection, I say go for it. And there's also more pieces in the collection, but this is just really what spoke to me and what I really wanted to share with you guys. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you made it till the end of this video, know that I love you so much. Please consider subscribing and maybe leaving a nice comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.